So way back in 2009, when I was just an 8-year-old kid, I decided to purchase the RPM Hauler and the RPM Semi Deluxe. Now the Semi here on the left is the one that comes in the single deluxe packaging, and the one on the right here comes with the actual hauler or trailer itself. Now there's a pretty big difference between the two in the model plate and the expression, and we'll go into that a little bit more later on in the video, but basically, as an 8-year-old kid, I thought the one that came in the single deluxe packaging looked a lot better, so I kept that one with the trailer and sent this one here on the right that actually came with the hauler into a dark, deep closet into a huge bin. And I highly regret that now, because literally just yesterday, I was going through all of my boxes, cleaning out a bunch of stuff, and I found him. It was the best day ever. I was so happy. He does have a little bit of damage on the front, but you can't really expect any less than that because he was in a big bin with a bunch of other cars. It was pretty silly of me as an 8-year-old, but can't really blame myself because I was pretty young, but I would never ever do that nowadays, and I definitely recommend to you guys out there, never ever to put all of your cars into just a big bin, your extra ones that is, or your current ones. Just try to find another place to put them because you'll probably regret it later on in life. But nonetheless, let's get on with today's birthday request. Happy birthday, Tim Benoit. I hope you are having a great day today. Let me know in the comment section below if you possibly got any cars or planes for your birthday, or maybe some other things like an electronic device, who knows. But happy birthday, hope you're having a phenomenal day. And now let's get on with today's review of Team RPM. Let's start with the RPM racer, Winford, Bradford, Rutherford. Now, he mainly appeared at the first Piston Cup race during Cars 1 at the Motor Speedway of the South. However, his sponsor, RPM, appeared quite a bit during both Cars movies. An example of that is in Cars 2 on one of the neon signs in Tokyo, Japan. So it's pretty cool that they transferred the sponsors of some of the Piston Cup racers around to the second movie and put them elsewhere as well. So as you can see, he is actually the first one of his own body. One of the other ones that came out around his time was Octane Gain. So people usually refer to his model as the RPM or Octane Gain model. Now you can see on the hood there, he's got the RPM logo, nighttime backfire suppressant. So I would assume it helps you sleep better, that's just my guess. He does have a grill, supposed to be a mustache of course. Now my RPM is pretty beat up here. I actually do have another one that I just recently ordered because mine is very chipped up on this side. There's a chip there, and some on the spoiler as well, but we're just going to ignore that. I love his rims. They're blue with the yellow kind of trim going around it, and they should have done this on a lot of other Piston Cup racers as well, such as Retread. He should have purple rims with a red trim going around it, but they did not do it on him. Not really any other racers as well. I believe they just did it on RPM and N20 Cola. Now he's number 64. I like the design for the number there. You can see how the backfire is coming out of the 4. He's got a bunch of other sponsors on here as well. Easy Idle, another RPM logo, gas burn, gaskets, no stall, mood springs, the Piston Cup itself. Now it's funny that none of these other Piston Cup racers are sponsored by Rusty's. It's kind of surprising. Nor Chick Hicks's sponsor, which is Hostile Takeover Bank, or the Kings, which is Dynaco. So it really is just kind of more of the less popular Piston Cup racers. I don't really know why that is. Maybe the bigger brands just don't want to sponsor racers like this, but then again, Rusty's was not that big of a brand, so I don't really know. I guess that's a story or something to discuss for another video. So on the back here has the RPM logo, nighttime backfire suppressant. I always like when they have their little slogans like that describe what the item actually is. Now I like on the back here they have these two lines that are blue and yellow. It's very nice, matching kind of the blue on the back here, yellow in the front. And that really is all for RPM here. Here's the base. Now this is one of the older ones, probably from 2007. So you can see that the base is nice and clean compared to probably if you bought one of him from 2013, it would probably be a lot more cluttered. So now let's move on to Petrol Pulaski, who is the one and only, RPM Pitty. It's pretty cool that he's got his own name, and he has been released quite a bit. Once in 2008, I believe that was his first release, and then he was re-released many times. Most recently in this 2-pack with Chief RPM here. As you can see, this came out last year, and you can probably still find this hanging on the pegs, or at least a lot of collectors that I know can. It's becoming quite bothersome, but as you can see, he's got a nice smiley expression. Now he does kind of have that mouth play right there. You can see that the line goes around, but on that 2015 release that I just showed you guys, it is a unibody, but I do not have that opened up, so I can't show you guys it loose. But he does have the RPM logo on both sides of him and on his hat as well. I like that the colors are orange and yellow. It's very, very nice. I wish though he did have a little bit more blue. Maybe if he was kind of half yellow and half blue, that'd be cool. But I believe this is movie accurate. Yeah, I believe that is a 2008 release because it says 2008 on the base there, unless that's just a coincidence. Now, another thing that I really like about the Pitty here is that the rims are accurately represented just like they are on the racer there, which is great because, like I said in my Max Schnell Pitty video, there are a lot of mistakes that Mattel made with these tires that came with the Pittys. Now, I'm not going to talk about that whole much because you guys already know my opinion on it, but if you don't already know, you can stick the fork through here and kind of drive around like that, but why? Just why? When you can go like that and it looks great and very accurate like that. Now here's the toolbox, one of the first ever toolboxes that actually came out. RPM logo on the front here, hollow on the inside, tires don't roll, silver lining for the shelves, and that is really it. It's a nice little accessory. Now let's move on to Chief RPM. Unfortunately, he did not get a name except for Chief RPM, so it's another one of those characters that you can just name yourself, you know. Someone commented on my last video with a name for the Max Schnell Pitty, so if you guys have any suggestions for names for him, let me know. I'd love to hear them. So his expression is pretty wild right there. He's yelling into his microphone there, telling Winford Bradford to do something, I guess. You can see it into his mouth there, which is nice detailing. Now, he is a segmented car as well with the two pieces. Now, I believe this is the same in the 2-pack. Even though the Pitty got upgraded, I don't believe the Chief did. Now, he's got the RPM logo on the hood, on both sides as well. I like the yellow rims there. He is the same model as race official Tom, and Dan Skarkenberg is actually a little bit smaller than him, which is quite interesting. I showed that in one of my other videos for a crew chief, I believe. What was it on? I don't quite remember. It was on some other team about one of the Piston Cup crew chiefs that was like him. Now, as you can see, his license plate reads L2814, and it's got some red text above it that is too small to read. I'm sure it'd be pretty interesting to see, though, what it actually said. Here's the base for anyone that's interested. Now, I believe this is the 2009 release. He was released as a single in 2009. Of course, re-released as a lenticular in 2010 and in that 2-pack that I just showed. Now let's move on to the two semis here, which are probably the most interesting out of all the team. So on the left here, we have the single deluxe, and on the right, we have the one that comes with the hauler. So as you can see, you might be able to, I guess, sympathize with me and understand why I chose the one on the left over the one on the right here. That mainly is because of the mouth. The mouth just looks a lot better. You can see the tongue in there rather than just being all teeth. I mean, it looks kind of weird just having all teeth. Plus, the mouth plate color does not exactly match the color of the main body, whereas on the single version, it matches a little bit better. And the line is not as definite as it is on the one that came with the hauler. Then you can also see that the one that is in a single deluxe has blue eyes. One with the hauler has brown eyes. I don't know how that happened. This should be the same character with just a different expression. I don't think he can really change his eye color unless he was wearing colored contacts. I don't know. I like how he's got the 64 on the side here rather than just having RPM logos all around. RPM logo on the top hat, of course. Side view mirrors. And on the back here, he has the RPM logo on the mud flaps, which is pretty cool, and his license plate reads SL1-19, and the text above that I can actually read. It says dipstick, which is pretty cool, and it's basically the same on the back here, except that there's that gray piece in there. You can see the gray piece on the one that comes with the hauler, because that enables the trailer to be correctly attached to the semi, whereas this one, it just kind of slides in there. Now we're going to demonstrate this, and this is another reason why I was very glad that I found it, because see, if you just put that in there, you know, it fits. Unlike the semis that are released nowadays, they don't even have that hole, but it fits, but it comes out super easy. It doesn't click in. Now, if we have the one that's supposed to attach to the hauler, you can click it in nice and easy. There you go. You heard the click, and it stays on very sturdily. So that's very nice. Now let's take a look at the trailer itself. It's a pretty nice trailer. It's got decals on all three sides, or four sides I should say. 64 RPM nighttime backfire suppressant. On the back here, 64, same stuff, and you can see the license plate again, but it's much smaller. Same stuff on this side, and on the roof it just says RPM with those backfire logos here, here, and here. He does have the dish satellite up here, so Winford Bradford can get some nice TV on the inside, watch some Netflix or something. Now on the inside here, you want to open it from the left side if you're looking at it this way, because that's the only way that the platform slides out, and you can flip over this platform as well. If you get out further enough, you can get out these little support stands as well. Now these were always kind of annoying in my opinion. They never really actually supported it. Unless you're going to permanently display it like this, then that's really the only reason I think you should have those down. But it does have a nice little toolbox in there. You can see a wrench, crowbar. Over here we got the blue tires. Now unfortunately they did not spend as much detailing in here. As you can see, there is not the yellow trim that goes around it like it's supposed to have, but it's still nice that they have the tire in there along with some sort of inflator. Now you can drive Winfred Bradford up here and set him in there like that. However, you cannot actually put this back in there because you have to have the platform fold in first, and then fold in the supports, put Winford Bradford Rutherford in there, and then slides it in like that, and then you can close the hauler like this. Now it does open from the other side, however, you cannot slide the platform out like I just said. Ooh, it's not wanting to come out. It's kind of strange. What's going on here? It's not wanting to slide out. Well, that's kind of strange here. I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh, there we go. It was just really stiff. And now you can take out the racer like that. Works awesomely. I love these haulers, and like everyone, I wish they made more of them, but unfortunately they did not. So that is all for Team RPM. Thank you for the request, Tim Benoit. I hope you enjoyed your birthday request, and I hope you're enjoying your day just as much. And thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on Saturday for another video. Not really sure what it'll be yet. It could be the Radiator Springs Friends 11 pack, could be some Walmart exclusive tunes, could be something completely different. I don't really know yet. So I'll see you guys then. Bye now.